Ever wondered why family doubt cuts deeper than any bully's taunt? But what if that disbelief could become your greatest motivator instead of your breaking point? If home skepticism has you questioning your worth, this hits close. Let's unpack how I flipped it. That sinking feeling when family rolls eyes at your dreams, it's not just disappointment, it's like invisible chains forged in childhood. Each link a moment when someone you love told you, directly or indirectly, you're not enough. For me, the bullying dumb labels from school didn't stop at the gate. They followed me into my own living room. Bad grades became the evidence my family held up, like a verdict. You'll never make it. Even when I tried harder, the skepticism was louder than my effort. Psychology explains why it sticks. Family is our first mirror. When those closest to you reflect disbelief, your brain encodes it as fact. Studies on fixed mindsets show early negative feedback from authority figures reduces motivation up to 40% because you stop seeing effort as worth it. You start internalizing failure before you've even begun. And here's the kicker. Family doubt often feels rational. They frame it as being realistic. But what if the real limitation isn't your capacity, but the belief you've unconsciously borrowed from them? Imagine a kitchen table with my report cards spread out like a crime scene. Red marks everywhere. My family shaking their heads, disappointment dripping from every glance. Any attempt to explain was dismissed as making excuses. I'd already been worn down at school, books knocked out of my hands, stuff stolen from my bag, whispers behind my back. Home was supposed to be the safe place, but instead, it became the echo chamber of those same doubts. I remember lying in bed at night thinking, maybe they're right, maybe this is just who I am. But here's the twist. Change didn't come from a big inspirational moment. It came from something so small my family didn't even notice at first. I started setting micro goals, waking up 15 minutes earlier, writing one thing I was proud of each night, reading 2 pages instead of scrolling on my phone. Within weeks, my grades started creeping up. Within months, I had proof, small, undeniable evidence that I could improve. And with each win, the weight of their doubt mattered less. A study in psychological science backs this up. When you shift focus from external approval to internal validation, persistence rises by 30%. I wasn't chasing their nod anymore. I was chasing my own. Your rock bottom doesn't have to be the end. It can be the starting point you quietly build from until no one can deny the change. You want to build your toolkit? You want to stay close now because no one hands you a manual for surviving disbelief from your own blood. Tool 1, reframe doubt as fuel. Every "you can't" becomes "watch me." This isn't just defiance, it's rewiring. Neuroplasticity studies show reframing triggers growth-oriented neural pathways. When my family said, "you'll fail again," I'd think, this is going to make the win sweeter. Tool 2, stack habits for momentum. Start embarrassingly small, 1 win a day. For me, it was saying an affirmation, "I'm building my path," as soon as I finished breakfast. It felt silly. But research on habit stacking shows linking a new habit to an existing one increases follow-through by over 40%. Tool 3, track and reflect weekly. Every Sunday, I'd write one question: what doubt did I beat this week? It might be speaking up in class or finishing an assignment at work early. Journaling turns invisible growth into visible proof, and proof is what keeps you moving when belief is scarce. These aren't fancy, they're not dramatic, but they work. Skip them, and you'll stay tangled in the chains. Use them, and those chains start snapping, one link at a time. But here's where it gets interesting. Because even when you're making progress, there are traps waiting to drag you back. Pitfall 1, letting doubt creep in during slow progress. Progress isn't linear. Some weeks I felt unstoppable. Others I felt like I was sliding backwards. Family doubt was loudest during those dips. My fix? Doubling down on visible daily wins. Even if they were tiny, they kept the fire alive. Pitfall 2, seeking approval too soon. Early on, I made the mistake of showing my wins to my family, hoping they'd cheer. Instead, I got, "one good grade doesn't mean much." That's when I learned. Validation has to come from you first. Studies on self-worth growth show that internally driven confidence develops 35% faster than externally dependent confidence. Pitfall 3, no plan for setbacks. Setbacks used to knock me out for weeks. So I built if-then responses. If doubt hit, I'd immediately list 3 recent strengths or wins. This short-circuited the spiral before it gained speed. Your pitfalls will be different, but identifying them early is the only way to keep climbing. The moment I knew I was free wasn't when I aced an exam or got an award. It was at dinner when my family started debating whether I could pull off a big project. For the first time, I didn't feel the need to argue. I didn't need their belief. I already had my own. That's the paradox. Once you no longer crave their approval, that's usually when it starts showing up. Weeks later, one of the harshest skeptics in my family said quietly, "You've changed." No fanfare, but I didn't need it. Breaking the doubt cycle isn't a one-time event. It's a system you maintain. Keep stacking habits, add new ones slowly, anchor them to existing routines. Keep your proof journal. Review it when the old voice creeps in. Keep reframing. Every doubt is still an invitation to prove yourself right. And yes, doubt might still visit, but now it's not a chain, it's a challenge. Here's what I didn't expect. My shift changed how others around me saw themselves. Friends who'd heard my family dismiss me started asking how I kept going. An older colleague struggling in at work started journaling because I told him what worked for me. Maybe your mindset shift becomes the thing that quietly unlocks someone else's cage. So what is your next move? We've gone from understanding the pain of family doubt to flipping it into fuel, to building the habits and defenses that keep you moving. Now it's on you. Write one reframe of a recent doubt. Take one small action this week that proves it wrong. Record it in your proof journal. Repeat until the day their belief, or lack of it, stops mattering. If I rewrote my story starting from a kitchen table full of failing grades, you can rewrite yours from wherever you are now. Like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, share your biggest pitfall below. Keep rising, friend. You're unstoppable.